Welcome to the Just Bake channel. This is the channel where we do things and say stuff. Lil Mattress here, recapping the Ultimate Madness 3 tournament. Next battle up, Twork versus KCJ. This was one of the most talked about battles because this is the one that got switched. Both of these battle rappers, I think, were supposed to battle somebody else. It might have been Twork was supposed to battle Swave, something like that. But this battle was one of those where it was said from the jump, if Twork doesn't choke. And man, sometimes you mention that devil in the room and it pops up because Twork choked 2 out of 3 rounds. It was unfortunate because even Casey was in this battle like she wanted to battle Twork, not just be able to spit her rounds and get her shit off, because there's always then that excuse of like, yeah, you beat Twork, but you beat Twork that choked for 2 rounds. You didn't beat a well-prepared, and I'm not even going to say well-prepared, you didn't beat a Twork that didn't come out and give his best performance. Either way, first round, Twork comes out, it's on him. This is a shock like Mike Tyson jabs. I usually don't start my rounds with similes, but I don't like your ass. Cool bar, but that was the only bar that came out that really did any damage, and then, unfortunately, Twork choked and jerseyed out of round 1. Round 1 on Casey. I like when people are able to be the first ones to say bars or be, close enough to the first one to talk about recent shit. Trying to fight over this bag like Saweetie and Quavo. That shit was dope because if you've seen that video in the elevator, things are wild. Talking about how Twork's upbringing was in the church, so he should be rhyming like A Ward and Loso, not, all this gangster shit because... And then there was another Usher bar with the fake and talking about Usher's fake money. It was straight. I'll have you on the ground twitching. He's dead nervous. And Casey, she didn't stumble through her stuff. She did her thing. She came out strong. And you don't know because you don't know what Twork had. So what we wanted to see was the well-prepared and the non-choking Twork versus KCJ. So it was unfortunate that we didn't get that. But KCJ had the first round easy. You about to be out, killer. So go ahead, bounce, killer. Because that's the Twork bounce. Everybody knows about it. Twork starts the second round, apologizes, said he's hyperventilating. He's obviously feeling the anxiety of the moment because just like anything in life, when all you don't want to happen is all you can think about, that's all that is going to happen. When all you can think about is, man, I need to remember this. I don't want to have a panic attack. You're putting it in your head, unfortunately, and more times than not, that's what's going to happen. When you dwell on your fears... All right, I'm getting too deep here. But when you dwell on your fears, sometimes they surface. They come up to the... And that's what Twork... I could feel through the screen that's what he was going through. Just like, oh, man, I don't want to think about this. Man, my bad. I'm hyperventilating. I didn't mean to do that. I said I wasn't going to do this. All that. But Twork still, man, he came in a second. He got through his second. Catch you coming out the club like, what is the deal? She running in heels. Bitch, you better run for the hills. Chase you to the highest tower. She want me to chill. Case thrown out. Like I won the appeal. Dope, man. He had some hot shit. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, man. I'm not going to get every word, but he was doing his thing. He had some, you can tell if he got out what he writ. Yeah, writ. You could tell if he got out what he wrote, things might have been different. But comes with the clap you in a coma thing. By this time, the crowd, and once again, there isn't a crazy crowd there. There's probably 15 people there total. His I'll clap you in a coma really doesn't have people excited because of the first round. People are still thinking about that. And Twork's second round wasn't clean. It was Stumble Jones, just not putting stuff together. You could tell he's still thinking. He's still just not in the zone like we like Twork to be. Clap you in a coma. Fucked all these Queen of the Ring bitches. Shit is minuscule. Only one I didn't fuck was Babs, and she gonna get it too. Then he got time called on him. And he didn't get time called on him because he rapped so long. In my opinion, he got time called on him because, of course, he hit that time limit, but it was because he rapped a couple bars. Oh, man. Like, thinks about Jerzey and himself, raps a couple bars, fucking just, he just wasn't confident, man. He didn't have all of his shit. And their battle was the last of the night. Is it just that anxiety from sitting around all day? Or, unfortunately, were you sitting around smoking all day? Was it just... Sometimes people perform and they do their shit. Other people, man, I've seen it at rap shows, man. People at places I performed at, people can fucking smoke 10 blunts to the face, go on stage, do their thing. Other people, they got to be dead sober. They do their shit, then they celebrate afterwards. And you never know how it gets up there, man. Like, you never know what he was doing, if it was just nerves. Like I said, he had the last battle of the night, so he might have been bored, sitting around, smoking, doing whatever. But who knows, man? I felt bad for the dude because we all want Twork to do a good performance. But almost one of the unfortunate things is it doesn't matter what Twork does, he's going to get booked again. But I know he didn't like the feeling. It's not like he didn't fucking care. He was not happy with what happened to him. Casey, second round, talks about the accident and how Twork, using his words against him, the whole talk about how you strapped in, but you wasn't strapped in. Talking about clap you in a coma, then the doctors had to strap you in and clamp you out the coma. It's a pretty hard bars, man. I'll say that. If I lift the 9 and the 357 and put the odds against them, people have definitely talked about guns with the odds in it, but shit was straight bar. Talking about the Norb situation, talking about how Twork turned the I almost said UFC, how Twork turned the URL into the WWE, and how he chokes all the time, and he was supposed to beat up Norb, but he just choke slammed him. Pretty cool wordplay, shit like that. Casey J also had the Bobby Brown lost his whole family to drugs line, which would have hit a lot harder if it wasn't earlier in the night that Yoshi G said it. So sometimes the order of the battles can kind of fuck up people's lines because people are rapping about the same things. Whoever said it first is going to most likely get a better reaction out of it. Of course, at this point, Casey J's up 2-0 easy. Twork starts off his third shit. You ever see Dave Chappelle in Half Baked? That's high maintenance. Dave Chappelle playing ball with Prince, shoot the J. Choked, Jerzey. I felt bad, man, because that's not the battle that we wanted to see. It's not. I'm not gonna review the battle and like, oh shit, and make fun of him. It's just that's not what we want. That's not what anybody wants. Unfortunately, he choked, he jerseyed, and he even said, you could hear it on the mic, he's like, man, I should have never got up here. Like, I guess he, for whatever reason, he said that. You know what I mean? He was in his own shit about that. I feel bad for the dude. Hopefully this kind of wakes him up to, all right, I can't do that again. I would rather the dude fucking read it off of his phone than do that shit. Like, of course, nobody wants, there's 30 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker, but you also don't want, you choke 2 out of 3 rounds, and you choked 2 out of 3, and the only round that you got off was Stumble City. So it's unfortunate. Hopefully Twork comes back better. Casey J starts her third aggravated with good reason to be, because like I said, she did not want to beat choking Twork. She wanted to beat rapping Twork. So she raps a couple bars and tells him to shut up, because he was mumbling and complaining and still talking. So I get it. She had the L with the right angle bars. Those have been heard plenty of times. Try to hit so many zeros, they connect me to the operator. Like I said, those should be outlawed. You should not be able to say those fucking bars anymore. Everybody has heard those a million times. He swear he did everything first, like Soulja Boy. That shit was funny, because if you've ever heard a Soulja Boy interview, Soulja Boy and Cassidy have very comparable mind states, it seems, which you got to be confident to do your shit, but then there's also kind of a delusional aspect to it as well. Casey J as well. Street Fighter scheme. Cut it out. Nobody ever needs to hear a Street Fighter scheme again. Casey J, if I fire, I put everything in a box like it's my last day of work. Cool. She cut her round short and said, fuck you. And I get the frustration. I really do get the frustration. Because in one aspect, shit, save your bars, because if you got bars that aren't explicitly about Twork, fuck it, use it for someone else. Don't waste your bars. You know that you won the battle, but then of course there is the other side where, oh man, just rap all 3 of your rounds and get it out the way. But I get her frustration, because even the judges had, like, not shit on her, but they told her like, hey man, you're gonna want to finish all your bars, and I get that, but I also get her, man, fuck this shit, dude. Like, he fucked up the battle. Twork fucked up the battle for her, so she didn't have a good time either, even though she won, because it's not how she wanted to win. But overall, man, hopefully Twork comes back better in the future. Hopefully this really stings to where he does not want to feel this feeling again. But Casey J moves on to the second round. This is a Just Big channel where we do things and say stuff. Click like, do all that. Bird Gang, guns in the bushes. This is Lil Mattress. We out.